Willie D Live.
What's up, family? While taking phone calls from little children on Christmas Eve, Donald Trump, your president, could not stop fawning over one little girl. Yeah, she was 8 years old. 8 years old. Boy, Donnie loved her so much. He was like very complimentary of her. He was like, yeah, you're so beautiful. You sound so cute. Yeah. Now, normally, that wouldn't raise an eyebrow. But it's kind of strange being that Donald Trump is being investigated right now. Well, he's not being investigated. The Epstein files are under scrutiny because Donald Trump allegedly appears all over them, sometimes with underage girls. Check out the video, leave your comments, and I'll come back with mine.
How are you? I'm fine. You sound so beautiful and cute. How old are you?
I'm 8.
Wow, so smart. You sound so smart. So do you have a question?
You sound so beautiful and cute. Wow, so smart. Wow. Men, let me talk to y'all for a minute. Have you ever been wowed by an 8-year-old? Just asking, just asking. I wonder how his trumpets will defend this one. They always find an excuse, boy. They know how to make excuses. And they're the main ones who tell people to stop complaining, stop whining, take some responsibility. They love that word, responsibility. They love the word. They just don't love executing. Yeah, they don't love practicing it, right? They love the word, especially when it's applied to others. Accountability, responsibility. Yeah, man. So what I want to know is, what responsible parent thought it was a good idea to allow their child to participate in a phone call with Donald Trump, who has been under scrutiny for years for having dealings with underage girls, and who is right now freshly in the news for having inappropriate relationships, inappropriate relations with minor girls. I don't think they've introduced any boys yet. What responsible parent would do something like that? I mean, look, fam, let's just say the dude is innocent. It's just not a good look right now. Like somebody come to you and say, look, man, right now you're under investigation for messing around with minors. Right now would be the time for you to distance yourself. You shouldn't want nothing to do with children. Not even your own. You're like, man, I don't want to talk to him. It's your son. I don't care. I can't talk to kids right now. But he's 21 years old. I just don't care, man. I don't want them looking at me like that. Yeah. Like, no responsible parent. That's why I know every single kid that was on that call, their parents are unfit. That's right, I said it. The parents are unfit. But people get so caught up in celebrity, they get so caught up in names and titles that they'll throw their child under the bus for an opportunity to say, oh, she talked to Donald Trump. He talked to Donald Trump. We took a picture with Trump. We went to the White House. Man, I just don't care about stuff like that. I don't care about titles and professions and status like that. I just never cared about that type of stuff like that. I care about what type of person you are. Yeah, I know you scored 100,000 points in your career as a basketball player, but what kind of person are you? Yeah, man, you ran for 700 touchdowns. Well, what kind of person are you? Okay, yeah, you sitting on $100 billion. Well, you got a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. Cool. But what kind of person are you? Yeah, you pretty. Oh man, you pretty. You fine. But what kind of person are you? This is why I took exception to these guys on the internet who would go crazy over Stacey Dash when I used to get at her. You know, when she was still over at Fox and chucking herself on a daily basis. And I would get at her and these dudes would be like, yeah, man, she a coon, but I still do it. I still F. You know, like, how you even get excited for somebody that throw your people under the bus that make life for you more difficult? Now, I know you thinking to yourself, well, how she ain't making my life no difficult? I don't even know her. You damn fool. When people get on social media or national TV and they try to disparage people who look like you and have other people out there prejudging you, that makes your life harder. That's why when you walk into the grocery store, you damn fool, they're following you around, they're looking at you, and in their mind, you're a suspect. That's why anytime you have a dispute with somebody who is not black, you're the problem automatically, on default. You're the problem. This is why if you call the police for somebody breaking into your house, you better be very, very careful when you open that door, because they will shoot you. They won't even think about it. They will just shoot you because they're under the assumption that somehow, some way, that you probably are the criminal. Don't matter how nice the house looks, doesn't matter if the house is in the hood somewhere and it's a one-bedroom shack. Black man open the door, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, get out, get out. You know, they're gonna treat you like a criminal. And when people jump out there and say disparaging things about black folks, they put fuel on the fire for those who already want to think the worst of black people and those who might be on the fence. They reinforce the negative stereotypes. So yeah, it hurts you when people say negative things about black people. Some of y'all are kind of slow because some of y'all make a living off of tearing black folks down. Some of y'all got y'all little niches, you know, y'all tear black women down, or y'all tear black men down, or y'all just overall tear black people down. And that's your hustle. But I guess you don't really care too much because you're thinking, well, I know this is damaging. I know what they're thinking, and I know they probably think the same way about me, but I'm gonna get this money. I gotta get this money. That's what you're thinking. The trip part about this thing with these minors is that, you know, Trump ain't the only man who is revered, you know, in society. You know, everybody with their, you know, half a brain knows that Santa Claus is a mythical character. But a lot of children don't. A lot of children still are told that Santa is real and he brings you gifts and Santa's gonna grant your wishes. And so imagine taking your child to go see the mythical character Santa Claus, who she thinks is real, and she's going to tell Santa what she wants for Christmas, and Santa says, do you want a boyfriend? You don't want a boyfriend for Christmas? And the little girl like, I know. That's beyond inappropriate. That's disrespectful and it's criminal. That uncivilized mutt needs to be investigated. Check out the video.
Are you asking for a boyfriend for Christmas? No? When she was visiting Santa, he asked her, did she ask for a boyfriend for Christmas? And then she said no, and he said, why not? And I just feel like that's inappropriate. But you can't joke like that. She's only 8 years old. She felt really uncomfortable. So I think for future references, you shouldn't be asking kids stuff like that. That's very unacceptable. Yeah, please don't do that to other kids, because now she's traumatized, wondering why Santa asked her about a boyfriend. She knows nothing about a boyfriend.
Before I go any further, the mom. I ain't got no problem with that. Put that sucker on blast. I bet he never thought he'd be called out like that. You ain't talking about, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You sorry? You damn sure are sorry. You sorry as hell. Asking a kid, a little 8-year-old, I don't know how old the girl is, but she couldn't be more than 8 or 9. Or you asking for a boyfriend for Christmas. He probably tell little boys the same thing. You asking for a boyfriend for Christmas? Yeah. You know, a lot of them, they're like that. Yeah, they like it all. No disrespect. If it don't apply, let it fly. But these uncivilized mutts who prey on children, they oftentimes find jobs and gigs where they can have easy access to children. They are your Boy Scout leaders. They are coaches. They are teachers. They are pastors and members of the clergy. They are Santas. Yeah, they run around in Mickey Mouse suits, Minnie Mouse suits. Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese suits. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. So you got to be careful. You got to be extremely careful. Like I said, if it don't apply, let it fly. For all of those professions that I just named, there are many, many, many good people. But the bad apples also are within those groups, within those professions. Also, camps. Think about those retreats those kids go on, those summer programs and stuff like that. You better be very careful, because a lot of time we thinking that, oh, it's a prestigious program, and then you start thinking about, it costs this amount of money, and well, I know, the kids gonna be having fun, and and boy, you send your kid out there, and they come back, and there's somebody different. You can't even recognize them. The President of the United States and Santa Claus. Damn. Ain't nobody safe. No more talk.